I cussed out the Chamber of Commerce. Summer 2016, we just graduated high school. There's graduation parties popping off every weekend. This particular weekend, I think we went to 4 or 5 graduation parties in one night. Same night we threw a pig head on a porch.
He just gives us a pig head.
Me and my buddies are well in the bag.
Yeah,
I think we were at party number 3 or 4. We get a text from some of our other friends, hey, so-and-so's party's popping off. Now, I went to a Catholic prep school, and I think every town has this to a degree. There's a lot of name dropping, and like my parents make this much money. They do this and this. My last name is this, and I'm not judging. It's just the social dynamic to a degree, and I'm from a small town south of all that, so I'm like, I don't fucking know it. I don't give a shit. Maybe it's my southern ignorance, but I was always told you treat everybody the same. Who cares what they do? You treat everyone equally. I've always been a bit of a mouth. That's why no one hangs out with me anymore. We go to this party, and again, this girl's like freaking model status gorgeous. According to the Northern Kentucky rumor mill, I'm really stirring the pot here, but apparently she's hooked up with Joe Burrow a couple of times. Apparently. Like I said, I'm really stirring the pot. I don't know if that's true, but I'll throw it out there as a rumor. Why not? Like, her parents are freaking loaded. We go up to this gorgeous house. We're obviously not invited because it's the upper echelons of the social ladder in high school. It's all the cool kids. But when a party gets so big, everybody gets invited. So we pull up. We're looking at which house it is. And we immediately know which house it is because you see kids. There's like a line of like 20 kids walking in the basement window because they had these big picture windows in their basement that were like ground level. So people had opened the window and just walking in and out from there. So we're like, holy shit, this looks awesome. We go to walk in the door. At first, the door is locked. And we're like, what the fuck? So we just follow people in the window. We get inside and find out this girl's been trying to kick people out for like the last 2 hours. She had like a small party that people started to text all their friends, and you had all kinds of people from the area showed up, so this basement's packed. She's trying to go around with her friends and kick people out, but obviously nobody's leaving. It's a bunch of drunk high school and college kids. Like, no one gives a shit. And I don't remember if an adult came down or someone said that the cops were here, but something triggered everybody to start leaving. Well, obviously, you want to get out of there as quick as possible when you're not invited. And you're drinking underage. Like, there's a lot of reasons you don't want to get caught by an adult or a cop. I lose track of my buddies, and I just follow these 2 kids, Northern Kentucky legends. We'll call them Erps and Trey. I follow them out the window. And I've got a bag of beer with me because me and my buddies were just, like I said, going around drinking at different parties. As we step out the window, there's like 30 kids exiting out this window. Of course, as a hand grabs, I hear this voice, who the fuck are you? Well, I turn. And I'm like, I'm Tom Ziegler. Who the fuck are you? It's this grown-ass man. I'm like, shit. He's like, I'm the owner of this fucking house. And I'm like, oh, shit. Fuck that. I take off. Running. I'm like, running. I take a beeline to my buddy's vans again. We're one of 20 cars leaving. So it's not like I was worried about getting caught, but I said my name. So we're driving to another party. And I'm like, looking up this chick's dad. He's like some fucking CEO. Chairman of a couple boards, and I'm like, son of a bitch. And I don't know if he was or is now. He's like the Chamber of Commerce. I'm like, son of a bitch, man. I don't even know who this was. I didn't even mean to be rude. I was just pissed because I'm like, seriously, who's grabbing me? There's 1,000 people leaving this house and grab my hand. Fuck you. Don't fucking touch me. So it's just hilarious. And like I said, I was kind of tweaking out for a couple days. I'm like, fuck, I said his name. If they called the cops and did a report or something, because you have that many people at your house takes some damage. I'm like, fuck, man, I hope I get blamed for any of that shit, because I didn't do anything. I went in to see some friends. I was only there for like less than an hour. The reason I'm telling this story is like from a standpoint of like talking down to people and thinking you're better than people. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care what your position is in life. I don't care what your parents do for a living. You should treat everybody the same, because you never know what somebody's life looks like or what they're going through. And I don't care if it's the CEO of Apple or an employee at McDonald's. You should treat everybody the same. We're all equal in this country, regardless of your financial status or your tax bracket. Like, everybody's a human being, and they're trying to live their life to the best of their abilities. So, like, who are we to judge? Not to contradict myself, but you should to a certain degree. If you're a mouth like me and you're mouthing off, you should know who you're talking to. Because you don't want to mouth off to the wrong people and put yourself in a tight situation. It's probably why I don't have any friends anymore, because I just always mouthed off to the wrong people. Because I never knew who anybody was. I'm telling you, I can't tell you how many times I'd say some shit and it's like, oh, that's Thomas, that's so and so. You should have said that. I'm like, I don't fucking know anyone up here. Like, no, I don't know all these Northern Kentucky names. So, and like I said, it's never anything intentional. Just we went to Cuff Calf, and there's a lot of names that people name drop, and I've just never, like I said, I've never understood name dropping because to me, it's like it just shouldn't matter. I don't care how much money you make. I don't care who your parents are, what your bloodline is. Like, if you're a dick and you're arrogant, I'm gonna probably be an asshole to you because why would you fucking be like that? And that's what I think is so funny. Like I said, I don't really have any friends anymore because I don't do anything. So I'm always working on this stuff, and I also, I also just always mouthed off to people. I think people look at me as like a problematic character, but I just can't stand. I'm not saying it's just Northern Kentucky because that's just where I grew up. I think it's everywhere. Like just arrogance and thinking that you're better than people. And I don't know if that's like a self-centered thing with society or people truly think that they're just that important, but it's like if you just take the time to humble yourself a little bit. And I know that that's not an easy thing to do. Like I've been humbled by my own mistakes and embarrassments. That's humbled me over the years to just kind of realize who I am, find my lane as a person, and remember that everybody's trying to do that, and we're all looking. Everybody's really searching for meaning in life and what they're trying to do with their life. So it's like, who are we to judge? Who are we to think that we're better than somebody? And I just think, regardless, man, if you're a celebrity or whoever you are, like just take some time to humble yourself and realize everybody's trying to figure their life out. So why make somebody's day worse by talking shit because you are an ego-filled, arrogant fucker? Like, I just never really had a lot of respect for that. So, and again, it's not judgmental. It's just like you got to have a little bit more self-awareness. And I've been on both sides of it. I've been the person who is an arrogant fucker, and I've been the person who someone says something to me that really rubs me the fucking wrong way. So it's like, I think it's just finding a balance of like, treat everybody equal. If somebody asks and they want to know about yourself, tell them how great you are if you feel that way, or tell them what you're working on. Like, we should share who we are as people. That's the only way to really get to know someone is if you genuinely share yourself as a human and who you are, if you're asked. If somebody doesn't want to give you the time of day to do that, then they're obviously not someone that you're going to be spending a lot of time with. So it's just, I think it's just finding balance and like, yeah, be confident and enjoy who you are as a person, but also like, remember like everyone else is trying to do the same thing. So have a little bit of humility and ability to just be good to people. So it's kind of a drawn out lesson for cussing out the Chamber of Commerce, but that's today's story. Talks with Tom.
Taking shots by the lake till I can't even breathe no more, see no more. I was riding around town thinking to myself, is it gonna get easier? I'll be up and away up the street and bake, but I can't even breathe no more. What's it to me?